Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Fire Emblem Binding Blade Hard Mode. So Burnt is completely defeated. All that's left to do is take down the dragons, and we're in for a epic, quote-unquote, finale as we head forth to do so. Joining me today, we have Great Triek.
Hello.
And we have the Shadowy Owl.
Hi.
So yeah, so pretty much, even though Burnt's defeated, the plan is being followed through, and the dragons, Idunn's going to be the one to, wipe out Thingamajig and all that jazz. So yeah, this chapter is very much like a gauntlet of just dragon enemies. So you're encouraged to bring people who can use the various legendary weapons and just, go on that. It's a pretty straightforward final chapter as far as, well, not final, but final chapter as far as Fire Emblem goes. And so in this case, make sure you bring people who can use each of the legendary tomes. So an S-rank sword user, an S-rank lance user, an S-rank axe user, or all that jazz.
Yeah. For the penultimate chapter, you just fight a gauntlet of dragons.
Pretty much.
I find it. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna point out that I forgot the coloring of the map.
Yeah.
The coloring of the map just I forgot how the map looked color-wise. That was all.
Oh, the color palette. Yeah, it's very purple, which is fitting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Jean, Jean, who was basically, he's one of the dragons that fought back in the day, but he's been injured all these years and he's just been recovering. So he's like, he's from he's like Athos. He existed back then, but he's just kind of been sitting there, taking his sweet ass time to heal.
Yeah, powerful foe who's been healing all this time.
Yeah, because of course. And basically what he does is that every time you conquer a throne, he tells you more and more about the demon dragon's backstory and what went on, throughout history, so you can fully understand and fully grasp what exactly they went through in order to reach this point. Which again, it's a cool concept. The only thing is that it kind of wears out its welcome because it's just relegated to dialogue boxes. And I know that's probably because at the time, they were still on a budget and time constraint. But I think for the remake, what would have been really cool is you've got actual flashbacks as he talks about what went on. So you actually got to see the legends fighting and like what he said, like how, the weather changed, like, there was like firestorms and all that jazz. I think that would have been really cool, but hey, you get what you can take.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, Fae is mandatory in this map, and for the love of God, don't leave anyone right at the back, because dragons will respawn and they will kill you.
Yeah, I remember when the first time I played this map, I did that, and I brought someone who was sadly under-leveled, but had like the good weapon ranks for this. And they got decimated. Yeah,
again, here's the thing. The dragons are not impossible to kill. Because, like, the legendary weapons will make it easy. But then you don't actually have to use the legendary weapons. They help. I mean, bring them, for the love of God. But you don't have to use them. You just need to really put the thing. But even your most defensive units with the most bulk will take a lot of damage from the dragon. So my advice is you really want to, like, go in for an all-out attack with the dragons rather than, get pardons. But you're getting pardoned right now. Shut up. But yeah, that's what you want to do because they do hurt. And as for the units I brought, most of it makes sense. Gwendolyn, Maltet, Fer Durandal, Armads, Gonzalez, all that jazz. I brought Ray because I think Ray's capped his magic stat, and he's got a magic stat of 30, so that's a lot of damage. Or as Phil Swift would say, that's a lot of damage. And I brought two healers because, well, two healers. Yeah, so here they go.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm using a Silver Lance. It's doing 15 damage. Which again, that's a decent amount. And again, Wendy can take, she could take as, like, at most, she could have taken 2 hits. So imagine how much damage it's doing to everybody else. So like, yeah. So like, the Silver Lance is doing damage, but obviously you want to use the legendary weapons, but you can also use just general dragon killer weapons, like Wyvern Slayers.
Yeah.
So yeah, bear that in mind. At first, like, this thing only does 6 whoa, nice.
Yeah.
That is very lucky.
Yeah.
I forget how high the crit... I just replayed FE6 recently, and I still forget how high the crit rates can go in this game, especially for the Sword Masters.
It's because they get the plus 30 crit upon promotion. So yeah, Ray has 30 magic, use Apocalypse Tome, fucking 71 damage, let's go!
Sheesh.
Yeah, again, Nimi was better stat distribution as a whole, but I want pure power in this case.
Yeah, I mean, pure power and that good hit rate, man. Like,
yeah,
you don't get much better than that.
Very much so. Oh yeah, the dragons do give out. Sorry, he didn't cap his magic. Sorry, I think he actually caps it later. But either way, his magic. Alright, his magic stat was higher than Nemi's. I know it was higher. It wasn't capped. Sorry, but it was definitely higher. Yeah, I know Gonzalez capped his strength. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, they absolutely decimated things. But I wouldn't say use them every single round because again, there's quite a lot of dragons to go through, and you can wear these weapons out. They only have like what 20 ammo, I think.
Yeah.
I both said that probably at the same time. Yeah, fucking 20 ammo. You serious? These are meant to be legendary, unbreakable weapons.
Yeah, I know.
They should fix that for the remake. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it would make getting the true ending easier, which I know is kind of part of the challenge, but...
Yeah, but still, alright, I reckon make them unlimited once you actually get to this area, because I know you can get the legendary weapons beforehand, and if they were unlimited, like, from, like, Durando, you could apply to Rutger from the start. That'd be stupid.
Yeah.
No, like, including the story, like, have them be blessed or something after you beat Zephiel.
Yeah, like, once they all brought together, then the blessing counts, and then you can just go nuts with them. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But,
that's one of the things I am glad that, like, Awakening and the other, like, 3DS games is that they at least made, like, some of the legendary weapons unbreakable.
Well, I know Falchion is in Fate's weapons just unbreakable as a whole. Same with same with Echoes and stuff like that. And obviously in Radiant Dawn, well, no, in Radiant Dawn, Ragnar and Londite were unbreakable. The like Earthbound wasn't unbreakable until it got blessed, but that was that was a different mechanic entirely.
Yeah.
And then there's 3 houses where you get the crest weapons, but you can repair them easily.
Yeah, so you're encouraged to use them, but there's still the risk to it.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, again 54. There you go, 54 damage. But again, look at that. Took out nearly half her HP. Good lord.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, technically it wasn't a critical. It wasn't a critical. So yeah, and when you get to this, they go more into what happened to look at that. I think it's on 9 HP. God damn.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. But yeah, they go more into what happened with Idunn, and it actually does really paint a sad picture and thing, because they made Idunn literally a soulless puppet. Like, no, they reduced Idunn to a soulless puppet so that she could just forcefully create war dragons, and it was like, so again, she's kind of suffered throughout all of this. Poor thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
But something what I was gonna bring up earlier was I am a little sad that like in later games, from what I've seen, like even though they keep the Manakits, they don't have you fight them like ever in the future, really.
Yeah, because they're more of an extinct species in the future. I mean, in this one, they're kind of the same too, but they're being manufactured as war dragons. Yeah, the only time that comes close is the Lagoos in Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance. But even then, you don't fight them that often.
Yeah.
But I see what you mean.
You don't fight a lot. In general, in later games, you don't fight a lot of shape-shifting classes.
Yeah, again, in the later games, you really, really don't. Aside from, like, in Fate, you had the one chapters with the wolf skins and the Kitsune, but there was one chapter specifically. And, like, 3 houses, you have the monsters, but you don't have actual shapeshifters in that universe. And
unless you count, sorry. I was gonna say, unless you count that, the second to last chapter of Crimson Flower, where
that's true. Yeah, but that is interesting because they do become monsters via shapeshifting.
Yeah.
Poor to do. Good lord. That really was like, what the fuck, man? But it just goes to emphasize how desperate they are.
It does.
Yeah. But actually, before we got into this part, we were talking about in Fire Emblem. I remember Shadowy Out asked about, like, because this is endgame. He was talking about, like, what's the most BS endgame you've ever dealt with. And I was gonna say, like, there was, like, the Silver Snow endgame is awful, but Conquest endgame is the worst. I'm sorry, I hate that endgame so much.
Agreed. That one just sucks.
That one is soul-crushingly hard. However, there is another one that comes really close, and to me, it's the Shadows of Valentia endgame.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
The fact that
Wait.
I don't like the abilities that nullify your attacks.
Oh wait, the one Jeddah has.
Awful. the one Jada and Grima have, because like when Grima gets below a certain health, he also nullifies attacks.
Oh, right, I see what you mean. Because when you said endgame, I didn't know if you were referring to Jeda endgame, or like with Duma, or Grima endgame.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, no.
So,
yeah, no, both. Yeah, that's what makes it awful to me, because I just hate that mechanic.
I can understand that. I mean, I personally like Shadow of Valentia's endgame, but more so the Duma one. But but just the Duma one. I wasn't really big on just the whole exploring Fabe's Labyrinth as a whole. Really cool story, just goddamn was it a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I mean, what about you, Grey Triac? What's like, are you very much the same where you, Conquest was your worst endgame, or are there other Fire Emblem endgames you can't stand?
The worst endgame would have to be either Conquest or Radiant Dawn.
Okay, well, Radiant Dawn's a 5-part endgame.
Yeah, I mean, mainly the final battle against Ashera and Sephiran.
Oh, I see. Well, Sephiran's barely a fight.
Well, I mean, fair enough, but still, it's like, Ashera and her, like, AoE attack of attacking.
Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, that can be very, very annoying, especially because if you don't, not only that, but because some of her things, the hit rates are really fucking bad, but if you don't destroy it, it just, like, regains its HP. It's like, you know, you've really, really tried to go on the offensive, and you just gotta hope and pray that RNG is with you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right, I wonder, does when he take, because you got a Brave Lance, so that's going to be a quadruple attack. He's like, I can do this all day, I already killed the king. Spoilers, by the way.
I love brave weapons so much.
I love brave weapons before they got nerfed. I mean, to be fair, I'm fine with how they are now because it is a bit more fair, but, you know, back in the GBA and Tellius days, god damn!
I remember, like, a friend of mine back in, like, high school that also played these games was like, it's possible to do an 8 times attack with a brave weapon, which I knew was not correct, but...
Yeah.
Well, now, but it's just like, I remember hearing about that, and I was like, trying so hard to build up, like, Guy's speed in FE7.
So what, he quadruples naturally?
Yeah.
That would be some shit. Finally! She capped strength.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. And Roy's like, yeah, I'm still here. I'm not going to use the binding blade on these guys. I'll save that for the big boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I can still level him up at least. Again, this is a good time to level up Roy, even though, to be fair, in the fight with Idunn, you really don't need it, because the Binding Blade does so much fucking damage. To her, specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, I would definitely recommend try to keep all the units close together, because as you seize a thing, they will respawn after you've seized it, so if they're lagging behind, they'll get ambushed upon, so be careful.
Strength in numbers, as they say.
Yeah, very, very much so. And actually, obviously you want to bring your best units, but again, you don't have to, again, if you haven't got units that, have, like, let's say you haven't got someone who can use, for some reason, who can use, Apocalypse or the Light Tome, then, you know, feel free to use other units if you want, because like I said, there are the Dragon Tail weapons, but I definitely recommend some good staff users, because you're going to need to recover the HP, because like I said, the dragons fucking hurt, and you're only going to one-shot them if you crit most of the time.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean... Speaking of, who do you guys usually have as, like, your legendary, like, light user?
That's the thing, I don't think I've ever done it, just because half the time I either don't use a light user enough or they don't reach the high enough weapon ranks, because most of the time my light user is either Saul or Ellen, but they haven't used, you know, they haven't used light tomes enough to warrant that. I know Yoda can be one, but I never used him.
Yeah, I feel that's an issue this game has, is that, like, they kind of restrict light magic to being tier 2.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you've got to wait until they're bishops, and you're already using them as dedicated healers.
Yeah, which again, that's why it was better in FE7 and 8, where you had the specific, well, because I know the enemies had them, but you had the monk class, so you could have Lucius or Arthur already from the go start training in light magic, because whenever I'm at the end of FE7, then I always have Lucius as my light magic user, because I love him.
Yeah. Also, that non-killer crit count, didn't the enemy die from that, though?
He did. The enemy did, but you know,
Sorry.
The whole thing is if you land a critical that isn't killer based, that's all.
Oh no! Oh, I misunderstood it. I keep misunderstanding it whenever I watch the Let's Plays.
Oh, okay, no, it's basically every time a unit activates a critical hit that's not using either a kill weapon or a Wu Dao.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, because obviously killer weapons and Wu Daos, they're designed to have critical hits, so it's kind of, that's cheating.
Fair.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just, I had another friend that used to, like, count how many non-killer crits he got, but he counted them specifically as, like, if they didn't kill the enemy.
Which is understandable, yes, because criticals should, like, again, for most people, if you get a critical hit, you'd assume you'd kill someone.
Yeah.
So even like with Gonzalez here, I'm using a Brave Axe. I can kill this guy. I don't need the thing. It just, oh wait, actually, can I? Wait, yeah, just killed him. So yeah, it is possible to use normal weapons. Just bring out, again, if I see anyone play this game and they bring like an iron sword, I'm gonna slap them. It's like, you're not using a fucking iron sword. Not at this point of the game.
Yeah, no.
Challenge accepted. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay, fine. Again, unless you're running Root Gun with a really high strength stat, good luck.
I'm not doing that. I'm not that stupid.
Oh, yeah, well, it's Great Check's like, fuck it, I like a challenge.
I mean, I'm the guy that uses S every playthrough.
I mean, I'm the guy that used Wendy on hard mode.
I mean, same here.
Yeah. Again, it's like, well, we'll see this in the thing, but like the ranking I get, it's like, well, use Wendy, you deserve a good rank for this. Imagine if I use Sophia as well. Again, I don't know if I can handle that.
I've used Sophia, actually.
Hard mode or normal mode?
Hard.
Ooh. Was it difficult training her?
Yeah.
Let's just say that I had to reset a lot.
Yeah, well, naturally, yeah. I mean, actually, question, Great Check, because again, I know it's very different, but when it's Chapter 14, how do you usually train Sophia?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't train her in that chapter.
Okay, so you wait till it's a bit safer.
I wait till I get to an arena.
Oh, I see, arena abuse. So you wait till chapter what? That would be. It's not 15. It's not 16. Oh, that'd be 17.
Yeah, I wait till chapter 17. I'm just like, you know what, Sophia? Because I want to see how you turn out, because I've heard you're so bad, I'm just gonna put you through the arena. I
mean, yeah, to be fair, the arena is scaled to, to, like, for the most part, to match your unit stats and, like, levels. So, again, that is the easier option for her.
Yeah.
No, it's weird watching enemy turns in Fire Emblem games and not having them, like, sped up, because I'm so used.
Well, again, you couldn't do that back then. Emblem. Yeah, you couldn't do that until the 3DS.
Yeah.
I mean... Go ahead. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break for now, but when we come back, we're going to finish up the rest of this chapter, take on the rest of the dragons, get rid of Jan, as well as come to a interesting revelation about a certain fighter in Fire Emblem Fates. But until then, thank you all very much for watching, we'll see you next time, take care, and have a wonderful day.